my friends, the returning guests, many of my subscribers that tune in on the weekend, and then hello to the rest of the world. Last week we had some guests from India, from Finland, from Switzerland, from the Philippines we saw last weekend. Really incredible to know that people are coming to watch the channel from all over the world, which is really cool. And hopefully some new people, like that's the goal. In any kind of hobby, in order to have growth, you need to have an open doorway for new people to enjoy things and welcome new people to learn about the hobby and explore for themselves what they like, what they don't like, all that kind of thing. So, what are we talking about this weekend? I do want to give my thanks again to MACO Audio, MACO Sound, and the Whammerdyne Heavy Industries company for loaning me the amplifier with a tube input stage, Class AB output stage, the MACO Sound Macarias in the Ferrari red. It's Corsa Rosa, so it's like racing red, custom finish. All details on their webpage, custom finishes you have to inquire about. So thank you again to MACO for that. I've really enjoyed my time with them, and my first real experience with open baffle speakers. It's been interesting. I didn't know what to expect with open baffle. They are really smooth. They sound really great in here with a little bit of toe in and moving around. I found that their sweet spot is, I have them towed in right at me, and that's the way I like it. The details in the high frequency are focused that way. With a 15-inch driver, I find that their staging is very accurate as well. I was actually surprised to hear how accurate it was, given the size of the driver, the type of driver. And I'm always used to tweeters doing high frequency, but these are actually super sensitive. You get all the high frequency detail without a tiny driver. Mirage Bryston's here. Hello and welcome. I wish this was my other stream so I could include stuff on stream, but when I'm streaming with my phone, I can't really have that option. And if I stream with my laptop in here, it's a little bit messy. So I'm kind of between those worlds right now. My typical weekend thing, just in the room having an opportunity to listen to the new album, Vincent Belanger's new album there, Songe. We are playing through the Rotel CD 11 tribute player and the Michi P5 preamp today. That is going into the Whammerdyne Heavy Industries Circuit Salad, sort of an integrated amp. It's got two RCA inputs, a tube input stage, 60 watts of Class AB into the MACO Macarias, which are 92 dB sensitive. Frequency response is a reported 16K, which is reasonable considering it's a 15-inch paper driver, down to about 35. I would say maybe 35, 40, depending on where you're putting them in the room. And yeah, they're really, really, really nice and smooth. That's what I've really enjoyed about my time with them, is that they're very smooth sounding. They're very forgiving in room. Because of their open baffle nature, your placement is going to matter a little bit more than maybe box speakers, but no less, because, rear ported speakers are going to be boomy, and these speakers without the cabinet means they're going to eliminate that rear wave, but then you've got to place them like anything else for bass response. So I don't know what else is new other than that. My system was constantly changing here. As many people know, I've had for quite a while now the Hagel P20 preamp, which has served me well, was a great experience into the Hagel world, and I'm so grateful that I was able to experience such a dramatic increase in quality from the previous unit that I had. Alex Lavria, pardon me, getting excited over here. Alex has joined, says hi, hello, and welcome. I'm wondering if I could do like a a music list today because, you know, why not? I haven't in a while. Maybe showcase some of the stuff that I've found over the last little while. Let me see. There is a new release radar out, and it's pretty stacked. There's a lot of drum and bass on the release radar. Might not be that interesting for people. I'll see what my discovery playlist looks like. The discovery playlist is probably going to be a little bit more diverse, so we could probably do that. Ethan says hello. So like Spotify playlist that says it has a discovery weekly every week. Now this is going to be based on my playlist. It's not going to be based on yours. So my list here is not going to be like yours. And as a matter of, you know, you can't tell what these sound like through a microphone. I know that. Even my demos with them over the last little while, it doesn't really showcase exactly what they sound like, even though I was comparing them. Even the two different kinds of amps I was using in one of my previous videos, Class D amps from Purify against the Whammerdyne Systems or Whammerdyne Circuit Salad amp I have in front of me, which is Class AB. Can't really get a sense of their sound that way, but it's better than nothing. So my list has been 100% jazz for the past 2 weeks. Cool. I've really enjoyed a couple of them. But there's some of the songs I have had on these lists that will 100% get my channel blocked. Not the whole channel, but the video blocked. I've tried to play them, and it's just not worth it. Come back. I did a demo with it. It's posted to my Instagram. But Facebook's not having it at all. They immediately blocked the video. We are listening to Vincent's album right now. This is on CD. So shout out to Vincent and the whole crew that helped produce and promote this album's very, very, very well recorded album, I've got to say. And having time to listen to it like this is actually really wonderful. Yeah, why not? Let's do a Discovery Weekly, shall we? I don't know how many friends and followers we're going to find, but if you want to invite some friends or whatever the case may be, let's do it. This is also my last weekend with the MACO speakers. I have scheduled them to be picked up, wrapped, all that stuff next weekend, so we'll get something different in here after that. The KEF speakers have been waiting patiently in the other room. Masum Raja probably says hello. Welcome. Okay, let's do it. Let's take off random. Let me stop the CD, as it were. Let me change the input on my preamp. XLR2 switched up. Let's see if I can. All right, it's playing already, so that's a good sign. All right, so we're going to do a Discovery Weekly. These are all songs that have been suggested to me by Spotify over the last couple of weeks based on my playlist. So we'll give it some volume. I'll go through them about 20 or 30 seconds for each song. We'll get some chat going here with anybody who is on a mobile device or computer. You can jump in the chat and talk at any time. Let me just mute my phone, and I'll show you the song title as we go along. All right, so the first song up, this is Fashion by Owain. A little bit of like progressive metal. God, I love how these speakers soundstage. They're so wide, but everything is so dialed in too. It's really incredible. Torino 06 Roundabout, Jamie Leeming. Interesting. Sounds soft and gentle. I hope everybody's staying warm out there. I know the weather's getting really crazy in a lot of places. the Northeast, Ohio, Buffalo, all those areas, Chicagoland area right now, getting a lot of snow. It is that season. We get snow every year. That's just how it goes. You need to prepare yourself. And for God's sakes, anybody that's new to the area and doesn't know that what snow is like, you need to be very careful with your driving. It's very important. You know, any new drivers out there in the winter, it's really different. All right, that's Torino 06. Really cool sound. Very, very well recorded. This one, Sunflower, Jacob something. I don't know how to read that name. So we'll do about a minute of each song, 30 seconds-ish. We'll skip through them. Won't take that long. We might be live and talking for about an hour. So if there's anything you guys want to know, type it in the chat. Find a device, a computer, a phone. Find the live chat. Join the conversation. Oh, very interesting. It's really, really nice, actually. I'm enjoying that one. That one's going to go in my playlist. Add to playlist. Which one? All right. Really, really. This is why I enjoy listening to this stuff, discovering new music for me and my friends. Objects de Virtue Omnific. Very instrumental, sort of metal jazz. Very well recorded. How do you know if your suggested lists are AI at this point unless you know the artist? Yes. That's a very, very important issue. I wish that there was a tag that let me know if it was real or not. Sometimes I know the artist. A lot of it, sometimes I don't. Like, I've heard this song before, which is strange that I've heard it already, but they should be showing us. Corey Wong, Tim Henson, and Pliny. That's three really, really big names in the audio, not audio, but in the guitar world. So I know these three guys. Sunset. I can't believe all three of them got together for this one. That's crazy. How is it going? I can't read that name. All I recognize is the ohm symbol. Not the ohm symbol, but the first symbol in that. So they should have an AI feature so we know for sure. Yeah. Or there should be a toggle to say, I don't want to hear any AI songs. Just allow us to choose. But they won't do that because they're making money. I think it's really bullshit. I do. I don't want to hear AI music. I want it to be choice. I don't want to get it shoved in my playlist. Really gross. I want to keep supporting artists like these guys. Chon, also a real band. I've heard these guys play live before. Very progressive sort of list this weekend. Pretty cool stuff. I hope it sounds good for you out there. So that's cool. Do you remember? I remember you from last weekend. What do you think of the system now that you had time to test it? Yes. A couple of days ago, I did a sound demo back and forth with some stuff. Last weekend we did that, actually. Very, very good stuff. I really enjoy these. They're very smooth. They have a very nice sound stage. They have enough high frequency I'm not missing anything. They're really interesting. I could see people being like really happy with these. The low-end bass is one thing that I would say is a little bit on or off for a lot of people. I mean, for me, Outback Overdrive, Escape from the Internet. I don't know. I know some of these guys. That's Omnific there. That's another... Seems like a bunch of like collaborative songs. More metal. But yeah, I think they're wonderful. They have a sound profile that I did not expect. But they're really enjoyable. They're really smooth. I think they get rid of most of the like issues with my room. I feel like they're pretty well balanced. So like I've said, I've never seen open baffle hi-fi speakers before. And these are quite good. It sounds like a lot of people in the comments know about the drivers. I don't know what drivers they are, but that's the #1 comment that I got. Chronostasis, Victoria. That's pretty basic. I don't know what this could be AI for all I know. A lot of people in the comments said that they recognize the speakers themselves, said that they recognize the drivers from other speaker manufacturers, that, you know, they have similar looking drivers. Yeah, maybe they do, but that's not the point. I mean, there's a lot of different brands out there that use ScanSpeak drivers. That doesn't mean that they're all ScanSpeak speakers, right? Like they order speakers and do certain things specific to each driver. And if I ordered stuff off the shelf and put it in a box, it doesn't mean that I'm DIYing Wilson audio. Can't do that. Everything is unique. Every company's got something unique going on. Yeah, these are really nice. MACO Sound. Very good stuff. Moving on through the song playlist here. Anika Niles, Alter Ego, bonus track. This is the drummer for Rush now. She just got signed with them, so also a real artist. Very funky track going on here. Pretty cool. Yeah, they're really good. They're really good speakers. I'm surprised by them. Could they be better? I don't know what else I could do better. Maybe the other baffle materials would brighten them up more. Maybe the isoacoustics could brighten them up more. Isolate the drivers a little bit. I never did swap them out. So the bass must be really nice being 15 inches. Yes and no. Without a cabinet, a lot of that sound energy needs to be managed by the room. And I think it feels nice in here. It's fast, it's responsive. I don't feel like I'm missing anything in the response. Depending on what kind of sound that you're getting out of it, or what kind of songs you're playing, you may want more bass. And could I push them into the corners? Yeah, I mean, maybe. But here's the thing with my room. My room, there's not a lot of space. I mean, I'd have to move a lot more stuff around. So if I'm super honest with everybody, I didn't experiment that much. But you can hear the bass response when you move around. So they have the capability. It all depends on where you put them. I mean, in the back corner of my room, they have as much bass as anything else I've ever had in here. Nothing missing. And the frequency response down to 30. I mean, when you're getting to that range and the rear wave isn't managed or time aligned, you know, it really depends on where you're putting them. Also, like where you sit. If I move up, if I move back, it sounds different. But right in front of them, let me put it this way. If I sat down in front of these and nobody told me what they were, Knights of the Round, Dana Hawkins, a lot of really progressive stuff. If someone put these in front of me and I didn't see them, I wouldn't tell you that they were open baffle. I think I would say that their imaging shifts. I mean, that depends on how they're set up. I've got them towed in. But apples to apples, I'd say they were a pretty, like a medium-sized bookshelf speaker. I wouldn't say they're a large tower. but they have some articulation that a lot of large towers might not have because of the box. I had heard that MACOs via Jason Audiophile Junkie a couple years ago. Yes, it was the red ones at a show. They surprised me. Surprised to see them in Toronto this year. They are beautiful. Do sound wonderful. Would you have them set up? Would think you have them set up perfect? No, they're not perfect in here right now. My room is also over damped, and it's also got some treatments in different places. Like, look at the walls and the ceiling. Like, that's all of that stuff counts. And the front wall's got all curtains, and then behind me there's curtains. So my room is very unique, right? Like, it might sound even bigger in another space. It's hard to say. Mike Dawes, Everlong cover. Amazing artist, Mike Dawes. Appreciate him. You can hear the definition in the guitar there. I know that it's difficult to hear over the phone, but it's quite good. High frequency is very smooth, articulate. 92 dB sensitive drivers. I mean, come on. It's really good. I think the only thing that I haven't done in here is measure them. But why would I? What's that going to show you? Really, really nice. I think they can get pretty loud too. Going to subscribe to you as you deserve that for me. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Good new subscribers. Hey, you know what? Having the discussion, talking, commenting, making the live sessions more fun for me with comments is more than enough. I mean, I like the subscription as well because it helps in other ways. But contributing in the conversation's really good. That's very meaningful. Archetype, Tosin Abasi and Ivan Chopik. He's been collaborating with a bunch of other artists lately. Tosin's really good guitarist. Very crunchy. Pretty good definition for a metal song though. Might be more aggressive than some people are used to. Wow. I did not expect that. Let me move the camera for you guys. So that's from my seating position. I don't know if it sounds any different, but it's hard to do because I'm actually going to have to like hold on to the camera and I don't have a magnetic clip. All right, let's check out the next one. Called Low Life. Their dogs were astronauts. That's really funny. This should be metal for sure. Yeah, it's a lot more aggressive than I imagined. But you can hear the volume and the dynamics in the song. Like that, it goes to show you these speakers really do perform well. David Maximimic Mikic? Real guy, multiple albums already. Yeah, the whole AI thing in music, like I really wish I knew what the fuck I was listening to. Like it's so weird that they don't tell you what it is. You have requirements for everything else for legal purposes, like every album needs to be clear about who produced it, every bit of food that you eat has to have nutritional facts and like stuff like that on it. So why wouldn't they show us what's AI and what isn't? Like it needs to be regulated, and I bet you it will be. Eventually it will be. On my phone at the moment. If I were on my laptop in front of the room, system connected, I'm sure it would sound much better. That's true. It's true. I'm in UK and it is 22-24 at night here. Oh, okay. So it is evening time for the UK folks, and I love being able to catch people across the world. That's amazing. Thank you for tuning in. Let's move on to the next one. We're getting through this pretty quick because I don't want to waste a lot of time on it. Gran Turismo track select. So this is pretty cool. Looks like it's a soundtrack from a video game. And for those that are just joining, I see 15 watching. It's the MACO Macarias, and we're listening to Whammerdyne Heavy Industries 2 input stage Class AB amp. Very, very cool stuff. They're going to be heading out next weekend, so I only have the rest of today and maybe a part of tomorrow to listen. So I'm going to enjoy my time, film another video before they head off. Probably just a wrap-up video. Try to summarize my thoughts. Very, very grateful to MACO for sending these over. Also, be sure to support real musicians. I know that AI's got everybody under grips for art and music or whatever, but we can't let them win. We gotta support human beings, otherwise we're gonna find ourselves in a lot of trouble really soon. So think about it. This is Pomegranate Tiger, Devils to Ourselves. And again, I don't know this artist, but it sounds pretty cool. Sort of the point of the stream today is to get some example of how different music sounds like on these before they head out, whatever it happens to sound like on stream. It's a lot of instrumental stuff. I haven't heard one bit of lyrics this whole time. Polyphia, I was just talking about them the other day. This looks like a video game sort of soundtrack as well. All recognizable artists so far. Really, really cool bass. Yeah, seems like a video game kind of music. It's kind of fun. All right, let's switch it up. They're too expensive for the average Joe like me. These are, that's for Origami Surrealist. Some of these really basic album covers, I gotta wonder, like this might be a dead giveaway. And there's been a few of those, so I bet you like, no. So so they're real names here. You can check out who it is. Yeah, these are about 15,000 Canadian, 15.5 with the custom finish, 12.5 with the raw Baltic birch ply. And the differences are, from what I understand, is the quartz or stone cabinet, not cabinet, but baffle. The stone cabinets They have a little bit more brightness because they're more rigid and the drivers are more solid. Bass definition might be improved because of the heavier cabinet. Then these are also the grounded models, but they do have a floating model, which makes them a little bit taller, and they're not mounted to the ground. So it might improve their definition if they're floating. I have not heard the differences. I've only heard these. Drift, -4. So we're doing a discovery playlist. I'm scrolling through music, showcasing the names of the songs. See if we can't find something really interesting. And why not? I mean, most music is meant to be shared and enjoyed with your friends. So that's how we're doing it. And I do this every once in a while, the weekends. Yeah, a lot of instrumental metal today. I'm going to keep these real short because they... Nero, so this is a drum and bass artist, very, very different. You can immediately see how much more dynamic that is with the volume. We'll let it roll into the drop and then we'll change it up. Oh, that's nice. That's different. You get some bass in there. Nero. Atlas Novus. Scale the Summit. Back to the guitar work. Very, very diverse playlist. Like I mean, Nero's a pretty cool artist. He's got some songs that are a little bit faster, some are a little slower, you know, so it goes back and forth. That's just a lot of guitar work. Very, very interesting. So Polyphia, this is live at Factory Genesis. Interesting. Polyphia is such a creative sort of live, you know, metal-ish band. Very popular. I was saying the other day in a live stream, actually, that I had showcased Polyphia at Expona 2022, Expona 23, and after that year, a lot of people started playing that song, Playing God by Polyphia. Very cool guitar track. I have nothing wrong with it. It's just, it caught on after I suggested it. And there's another song with like Chinese string instruments before drums in like a soundtrack. Same thing. After I played that in 22 at Toronto Audio Fest, it showed up in a lot of other people's playlists. So every once in a while I find something that's really cool and then it becomes popular in the rounds. But I wish I could change that Ghost Rider song. I'm so sick of hearing Stronger. Every time I hear it now, I just cringe. See, there's another sort of boring artwork. No, I don't think I'm gonna even play that. Cloud Kicker. This sounds very, very real. Yeah, finding new music is so much fun. Sharing it with friends, having people like, "Oh my God, that sounds so cool." Yeah, that's the best. Gear too, to a degree, but it's much better if it's the music. Because I mean, that's what all this stuff is for. Without the music, this stuff wouldn't matter. People in hi-fi are not going home after making a purchase and listening to comedy albums. They're like, nobody turns on the news with their hi-fi system and says, "Oh my God, this guy's voice sounds so much more real." No, No. You turn on these devices and you listen to your hi-fi because you want to hear the music. The music is what really matters. And that's one of them that I found this week, and I was like, oh my god. It sounds so cool. Yeah, we're not listening to comedy albums with our hi-fi. It's all music. Oh my god, come on. Listen to that shit. That's so good. There's so much bass in that right now. Oh, these have got some magic, let me tell you. I don't know what it is. There's something really, really cool about it. Could be the size of the driver. Like that 15 just projects sound. Like so good. Yeah, right? Like the high frequency sounds like... Yeah, the size of the driver is changing. Like where it's pointing changes the high frequency. You see when I move it away? Really, really cool song. Bass drum, kick drum, bass guitar. Oh my god, everything just sounds so cool. And like, there's nothing missing. Love this song. Highly recommended. I found it this week. Star Systems, Raining on the Moon Part 1. Let me see, where are we on this list? All right, 3 more songs, then we're gonna just get the chat. I'm gonna make my video and then we're gonna get out of here because you know what? Honestly, I want some pizza. I don't have my pants on today for pizza, but you know what? We're gonna get it anyways. Getting excited too. My other speakers are gonna be ready in the next month and a half. I have a big plan for those. Should be very interesting. Wow. Nice bass. It's not overwhelming. It's... Yeah, the bass is very, very interesting. Incredible sound staging though. I don't understand it. These are doing something wild with the high frequency. Could be the tubes. I mean, I know a lot of people talk about tubes in a system and they really love like tube input or tube preamp or something like that, and I don't know, maybe that's what it is. After all of this stuff, the combination of these really like sensitive speakers with the tubes is like displaying that magic. So Vitalism, it's probably a metal song too. One more song and then we're gonna get out of here. Mirage Bryson is saying, I just had homemade burgers. Oh, delicious. It sounds so wonderful. I'm so hungry. Literally, I'm so hungry. Yeah, I know this song. Okay, last one. And this is like a very interesting sort of sounding. John Gom. Let me see. Ooh, this sounds really good. Really good bass response too. This is going in my playlist. Holy shit. No, I mean, this is really good. Okay, let me shut up and let you listen to it. Oh, like seriously, that's so good. And imagine if I never did this today and I didn't discover these songs like this week. I might not have ever found this song out of the tens. There's got to be like a billion songs out there by now to choose from. What are the chances, right? Ooh, they have lyrics. The only song with words. Really good bass on the bottom end of this. It's hard to hear, probably on a recording. But the guitar work is incredible. Very crisp. There's so much detail. And it's smooth. It's very, very smooth. Yeah, that's incredible. Yeah. So too many songs I have, 275 on hand, drive alone, plus old CDs that are not counted. That's a lot. I love it. That's the same as me. I think I have about 200,000 on my storage, plus a bunch of CDs. So yeah. The new speakers that are coming in. There would be something like this, not exactly like this, because no two speakers are going to be exactly the same with real wood. Should be exciting, very exciting. So the IDs mostly data, CDs. Yes, that's good. Having the data included is very important for that kind of stuff. Anyhow, I'm gonna turn this down. That song is added to my playlist. If you guys want the playlists, you'll have to go into my links and extract the playlist links from the Spotify side, as well as all the other profiles. Let me see. I'm adding most of my new songs to this one. And then the other playlist is this one, which I think a lot of the best songs end up here on the Spotify side anyways. This one's also copied to, I think, Tidal and Qobuz as well. They're both, it's all there, whichever ones are actually transferable. This is the one that's actually got like all the songs. Look at that, 422 hours. It's almost 5,000 songs. It's pretty much everything. It's nice to see that people are actually adding this one. I see 20 saves. That's cool. This one I've got 36. So that's mostly my friends saving that one. Yeah, but this is the newest one, so all the new stuff I'm finding goes here. Pretty good list so far. So I just added these two, just added this one. Symbolico. Yeah. Anyhow, I just went and got your list. I will transfer to Tidal. Qobuz has limited 2,000 tracks per playlist. Yeah, so in the case where I have the 5,000 song list, when it copies, it makes another copy of the list. So those ones are labeled part 1, part 2, part 3, for whatever their reasons are. Those are labeled with part 1 and 2, 3, 4, etc. as it grows. Yeah. So people are into streaming these days, which I do not do. I prefer to have my own MP3 files, other formats, personal for DDJ 400 control. Yeah, amazing. And then, I mean, and completely valid, because when you have your own music on hand, then you can control it better. It's more stable. Streaming is just a lot easier, and you know how easy gets us. So that is what it is. I thank everybody for joining me today. Again, what is this? One more song's playing in the background? It's all good. Anyways, I will wrap up because I am hungry. I'm gonna have to order food and then get all that going. So next weekend, the Macos will be packed up. Saturday next weekend, I'm going to be at an event in store. True Tone Electronics is hosting an event for the Heart and Stroke charity. They have sold tickets for that event, so you can win. You'll have a 1 in 40 chance, and then 1 in 39 chance, and then 1 in 38 chance of winning an audio system that's in Toronto, Canada, or Mississauga, more or less. I don't know if all those tickets are sold out, so if you're local to Toronto, that's an awesome chance to win a great system. Also goes towards an amazing charity, Heart and Stroke Foundation. It's very, very good. So next weekend, these will change out, and as you guys know, the KEF R11 metas will be substituted in place. The Radiant Acoustics will stay in place for now. I'm going to be demoing a little bit more with the monitor audios in this location, and then we'll see what happens later on in the week. Should be very exciting. I'm very interested to hear how these sound in room. From what they sound like in my gaming experiences, they have a lot of texture and bass. They reach really deep. They sound really, really nice out there. So in here, I'm expecting very, very similar things, if not even better, because I'll have the other amps in here, and the preamp will do even better than my receiver. So take care of yourselves. Thank you guys for being here. Mirage, and I can't read the name, but thank you very much for tuning in from the UK and subscribing. That's awesome. I appreciate that a lot. We will see more of everyone. Tuesday, Thursday are my normal days for doing live. Sometimes I'm not feeling like it. Normally you'll see a notification. One thing I will say, if any of my friends or any of my closer friends see the video and reach it to the end, I want to do a live stream or at least a video showcasing amplifier technology. Someone in my comments asked about metal music and amplifier pairings, because metal music is so fast and so dense. They want to know how the amplifier technology controls and pushes a speaker to perform at its fastest without any kind of losses or any kinds of issues. So I want to have engineers on to talk about this and whether it makes a difference or if there would be no difference between one set of music or another. Like some people ask, like, are these good for this? Are these speakers good for that? Are they good for movies? Are they good for jazz? Are they good for, you know what I mean? Like, they're picking speakers like a flavor. Are amplifiers the same? So I want to have some friends on to discuss that. And I don't know when that'll happen. I know we're getting close to the holidays, so a lot of people are busy, but that's my hope. So anyways, I'll see everybody in the next one. Thank you very much. Have a great evening. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy your music. Enjoy your food. Enjoy your family. Put your family and friends and real people ahead in the world. I know that we all have differences, but you know what? It's better than losing those chances to be different. We need to recognize and acknowledge that we all kind of have something that matters. So anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you in the future.